Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining me today. Okay, so I've got some really exciting news and my big announcement, but before I do that, let's crack on with this tutorial. I'm using a rectangular canvas and I'm going to do a twist again, and I'm going to use pinks and purples, but what I'll do is I will list all of the colours in the description. I'm using a wedgewood blue colour base, so I'm going to use that across the whole base. I'm not doing a split base this time. And then the twist is going to be in like an S shape, like I've done before, but I'm just experimenting with some different colours. I'm going to layer my base, get my base coat sorted, and then I'm going to layer all the colours on top. And as you'll see here, I'm just tipping away some of the colour to ensure I've got some consistency on my base coat. As I always say, if you can get your base right, then it flows really well. Okay, so as I said, I'm going to do like an S shape across the base. So that will allow me to follow a line as I'm layering the paints on top. So I'm going to take my first colour and I'm going to basically draw the line that I'm going to follow. I'm going to start from the middle and then I'm just going to lightly layer some paint and curve it round to the edge. So that's my first part of the line. And then go back to the middle and then do the other side. And that's making an S shape. And for me, that's how I can work well with creating the twist effect. So I've now got my line down, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to then take all the other colours and I'm going to layer them directly on top of that colour there. I always use quite a dark prominent colour for my first line. That doesn't just help me with my own guidance, it helps the whole perspective. If I layer a darker colour on the base and the lighter colours on top, when I blow that out, that will give me a really good look for the S-shape style. I'm also going to add a grey to this. It's a colour that I made myself and I've used in a previous creation. It was a warm grey with a dash of Payne's grey. So a little bit darker than a warm grey, but not as dark as the Payne's grey. And I'm just going to add a couple of those drops across the creation. I'm hoping by doing that, it's going to give me a little bit of depth. When I blow out all those colours, there's going to be a slightly different colour to help with that depth. Now there are some air bubbles, so I am just going to use my torch to get rid of those air bubbles. And what I would say at this point, something that I've really noticed, this is a lot thicker than I would normally do. The consistency is a lot thicker than my normal Dutch pour, and I can really tell that because as I start blowing, it doesn't move as well. And one mistake I have done is I haven't mixed up enough of the base colour. So a tip from me, always make a little bit more than what you expect for your base colour, because if you haven't got enough base colour on, it's going to minimise the flow of that paint that you can actually move when you're blowing out the paint and the creation on that canvas. You can see here it's a lot thicker. I'm not too worried because actually it's creating quite a nice effect for the twist that I'm creating. But I'm just very mindful that as it dries, it may not be as smooth as I'd hoped for. But hey, we all experiment and we all try different things. So if I was to do this again, I would just make sure that my colours were a little bit more fluid by adding a little bit more water. And remember, if there are any gaps or you're not happy with the composition, it's always okay to just add a little bit more paint on top and play around with it. You can either blow it out with the blow dryer, use your mouth, use your fingers to, create and move that paint on that surface. So there was a gap here that I wasn't too happy with. So I've added some paint and I'm just blowing it out again. But as I said, I've really noticed that my consistency is a lot thicker than I'd have wanted it to have been, but that's okay. So before I take you in for the close-up, I'm going to share my exciting news. So stay tuned for my announcement, and I really hope you enjoy what I've been working on over the last 12 months. And then we're going for the close-ups of the wet version and the dry version. If you're looking to learn more about mindfulness and really practice about being in the here and now, then this course is definitely for you. We inject art and creativity into the mindfulness practice, and you don't have to be good at art or drawing to take this course. This course is for everyone. I've partnered with Smart Art Courses to bring you the Art for Mindfulness course with over 3 hours of guided exercises and over 50 exercises in total. We use a range of exercises, worksheets and reference sheets, and you're going to love this course. Yeah, so there we go. That was my big news and the projects that I've been working on, which I'm really proud of. So check it out. So here we go. Here's the close-up of the wet version. I'll show you different angles. Just excuse the light glare that you might see in the close-ups. And I'll also take you in for a dry look version. I'm really happy actually that this dried really well, and you'll see that the surface of the canvas is actually okay, even though the paint consistency was a lot thicker. So I just want to take this opportunity to thank everybody for their support. I'm really excited about my new project. I hope you're enjoying the tutorials that I'm putting on YouTube. If there's any techniques or any colour palettes or any further things that you would like me to explore for you, then drop them in the comments below. I always read the comments. I try and respond to absolutely everybody as well. So yeah, if there's anything you'd like to see more of, any techniques, any colour palettes, then please let me know. Thanks guys for all of your support, and I hope to see you again soon. Have a great week. Bye.